Hello, good afternoon. How are we all? I am in an array of beautiful blooms behind me and Lily's snoozing on the chair. So this morning I have been playing around and I've kind of got this idea. Not quite sure it's going to work. But anyway, I've put everything together and I'm going to give it a go. Just make myself a little bit of room. And I've seen somewhere while I'm browsing the internet a hanging decoration, and not this last Christmas, the Christmas before, we did like these teardrop style decorations and they didn't really take off here. But instead of doing a wreath, I just thought about having a go to do this. I was going to do a swag today because I know some of you are waiting for swags, but then I saw this and I thought this is actually quite unique. It's quite a bit of flowers and in here, and I'm not quite sure that I'm 100% happy with it, but we're going to give it a shot. I have put on different coloured decorations. I've gone for ivory, this ivory bundle here, so I'm doing the ivory. So all of this is coming in your bundle, plus your ribbons that you will also need. And there is a blue bundle, and I've got some of the blue flowers. I started to do the blue and then I thought, no, I'm going to go with ivory, so then I can hang it up in my house. So your blue is going to be along this line, which is very similar to the blue wreath that we did. So if you bought the blue wreath, you might want to get a hold of this one too. And then the other option is Beauty. Beauty is actually pink. I should have probably just put pink, but the manufacturers have called the colour Beauty, so I've left it with that. So the idea is to have it as a hanging decoration down your door. And we're going to see, rather than a swag that goes across something, but a hanging decoration that goes down. So let's see. Let me just, oh, wrong page. Let me just put back to this page and just do a little share. Oh, no. Oh, I do. It does annoy me when they've changed everything. They keep changing things, don't they? Let's turn the sound right down. You don't need to hear me. I'm just going to copy this link and go over, because I hadn't advertised this afternoon. I just thought I want to see how I feel, because I didn't feel so good yesterday. I've just slept a lot of the day. I still don't feel sparkling, but I thought I would come back on and see you all and just have a nice relaxing time trying to make this. I was going to do it anyway, and I thought I would just come on and do it live with you all this Sunday afternoon. Right, let's see who we've got. Tracy, Alison, how are you today, Alison? I hope you're okay. Vivian, Jackie, Joanne, Sue. Nice group of people. Only a small group today, but this wasn't planned. Hiya, Wendy as well. Lovely Wendy. Hello, Primrose. Well, I've not eaten. I haven't eaten all day. I've not been feeling myself at all. So I've got a Slim Fast. I'm drinking a Slim Fast. I do this when I don't feel like eating. I'll have one of these, and at least my stomach's lined, because I take medication, so you've got to have something. So this just keeps me going. Right, now I'm gonna put the camera down. I might need to lift you up actually, because it's probably a little bit low for you to see. I'm just gonna lift this up higher, so hopefully you'll see a bit more at this angle there. And let's have a play. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this is going to turn out. So it is. You've had Weetabix today. I like Weetabix. I forget about Weetabix. I have got some in my cupboard. I have got some in my cupboard, but maybe later. Right. This is Blossom. Now we never look at this, really. We never look at it. I want to show you, because this is rather fabulous. This is a really big blossom plant. it stands quite tall, so I've cut some off it obviously, and I haven't got the cord on it to give you, but you can stand this in just in a big vase in the corner of the room, and it really fills out. So if you've got kind of a vase or somewhere in your room that you feel wants a bit of beautiful blossom, then this is really good. It's a really good one to get hold of. Plus the flowers are rather nice individually to use for general crafting. So this is on the website just on its own. I'm going to just put the link up to what I'm doing today. So today is $24.99 for this, and let's see how this comes out. It's a I've put it as a clematis hanging decoration. Your clematis is where the colour's coming from, so it's either ivory, which is what I've got here, blue, or beauty, which is the pink. Okay, so it's a bit different. I'm going to see if I can just find you this blossom, because it isn't something that I often use or show you. We've got a blossom. You can't really see it from the picture. It was a lousy picture that was taken and put up. It's $6.99 for the whole of the blossom. Yeah, $6.99. So you've got the whole thing, which gives you loads and loads of flowers to work with. So there is a pink blossom as well, which is different. There's actually another large blossom spray, which is on a stem. And there is a pink. They're $7.99. They are different, the other blossoms. They are $7.99, but they do actually give you loads and loads of flowers to work with. I've got the other blossom. I've got the ivory one here. Look, this is the ivory blossom. This stem, I've bent this back for me here, is huge. It is huge. Personally, I don't mind. The stems are so long for us to send out, but that's what you're getting on the other. This is a $7.99 one. 88552 88552 for that. They are a little bit bigger and a little bit frillier in the flower, but just beautiful. So realistic looking, and they're really floaty. So they are nice. So this is available in the ivory, or it's available in the pink, and you get tons of flowers on those that you can break down and obviously use in various arrangements, whatever you like. But this is kind of a branch as such that you just pop into a vase or trim off, as I've done. So I've trimmed off a couple of stems of these because I'm thinking of using the flower head separately. I've also put 2 of the Jobra stems in because I wanted a variety of different ivory flowers to work with. So I've put 2 of those in. I've just put 1 of the little baby's breath because again I just want some of the tiny flowers. So I put 1 of that in. I have put the ivory clematis, which is absolutely stunning flowers. This is the main feature. This is why I've called it clematis. And you can choose obviously between this, which is the ivory, the beauty, which has pink, quite bright pink, and the blue. So this one is $8.999.86 on its own. The Gypsophilia has just come back in stock. It's finally arrived. The lost box didn't arrive. They've sent it to me again because I said I can't, I need it. You cannot wait. I need it. You've got to send it to me. This one is actually part used. You can see I've cut off here, so it's not going to have, yours is going to have more on it than this is, but it's the only one I've got here at home. I didn't bring myself another. I thought I brought another at home, but I haven't. So yours will have more on it. These are the very pretty little flowers that I use for card making as well. And this is $8.99733. $8.99733. I have put 2 of the long-stemmed eucalyptus in as well. I think these are £2.39 each. That's 035035. 035035 for your long eucalyptus. I'm going to take these off actually as I'm working my way through because I don't want them on in my arrangement, do I? Down here. Now I don't know whether I'll sell this finished arrangement or not. I have started to sell the finished wreaths. Many of you have been buying them, so thank you for that. And I've added more, and I'm going to make some more. I really want to make some more wreaths out of the cemetery pots because they're so beautiful, the flowers in them. We can't get those flowers. And the one that I did do sold straight away. I didn't do it as a deal. I did, oh, I've missed that one. This is the big fern. These have actually been flying out. These are really much of a statement piece. This is 012791. 012791. I think it's $3.99, something like that. So that's kind of the base of the design. That's going to sit at the back of the design, which is going to give it a bit of substance. Again, we've used those in the back of swags, using two, putting one at either side. That's why I brought it home. But then I saw this and I thought, oh, I'm going to have a go. I want to have a go and see what we can do different. But I promise you I will do some swags this week. Or at least one swag. Right, that's my drink finish. Line my stomach. Right, now, I haven't done this before. I'm going to be frank with you. This one I've not done before. So it's a little bit of an experimentation to see how this comes out and if it's going to work for me. This is my take on something that I have seen online. Now, I could probably have just used one of the eucalyptus, but I'm thinking that I also need one to go this way, and you'll see for why in a minute. So we have got these stems. These are going to kind of be the body running down. Can you see? This is going to be the basis of it. Let me just move that away because I want you to clearly see what I'm trying to do. And I know at the moment you're all sitting there puzzled, what is she doing? But this has got 3 prongs. The background's got 3 prongs. So we're going to lie that down onto there. And this is going to be what stabilises and what hangs it up on the wall. So this loop here, I want to create and put this together. Not so much this one. In fact, yeah, we can break that off. So this can be broke off if you've got your wire cutters. But if not, if you just bend it, it snaps off like that. So we're going to wrap that around to create a loop which is going to hang. Now I'm also giving you a piece of, not the florist tape, that's just come with it. You stay over there. We're going to have a piece of here, so you're going to get your wire and we are going to create this loop. So you don't need a bow dabber, you don't need, well, we can use the bow dabber to make a nice bow to go on it, but you don't need a wreath base or anything for this. We're going to just use the flowers and the stems here to create our hanging up area. So I just want you to wrap that around here like so, and we've then created this loop which is going to hang it on the world. If you can't experiment with a friend, who can you experiment? Exactly. This is experimentation. So that is going to stay there, hopefully, and allow us to hang that, so that can hang up by a hook on the door. That's my idea behind it. Then we're going to take this, because I don't want that to be seen as per se. I actually want this to kind of be covered up so you can hang it. You don't want to see that hanging on your door, do you? I don't, anyway. So I want another one to come up here like so, and I don't want all this stem down here to be showing, so I'm going to actually cut this off here. In fact, I might cut the whole 3 off. Let's just see. Let's take that off there. I might do it that way and give you another piece of wire to wrap around, because obviously I'm finding this as I'm going. We're doing it as we're going, rather than have that stem. I'm going to cut in here like so and take this off, and then I'm going to put more wire in for you to wrap around there. So let's hold these onto here. We want them to go above the hanging section here because we don't want to see that, and we're just going to wrap around here. So bring your wire around, do a little twist, like you know when you get the twist on like loaves of bread or things like that, just twist it together and then wrap all around here again, just to hold that on. We're going to use some not wet glue, some hot glue gun as well, so that that can work with it as well. Maybe I should have done that a bit further down because it's sticking quite high up now. Maybe a little bit further down. Bit right now. Is it? Look. So we've kind of got the spread for that to hang on the door. I do think it could have been a bit further down though. Let's push a bit down. Some of the leaves might come off, but I'm going to push it down a bit. There. Some of those will probably lift off. Oh no, they're just pushing up. That's fine then, that's good. That's made it like a little cluster. There, and we can just snip some of this wire off here. Right, so now this is what we've got. We've got it tied in the middle. We've got it splayed out at the bottom and there. So now I'm going to take the clematis, which is again spread out and spread across. Now these are wired, so we can move them out and about like so, so they can work across this, and you can position them where you want them to go onto here, so that it lies across. I might just move the machine over, and hopefully I can pull it back a bit for you to see. It's going to lie across there. Before I do anything here though, I am going to take the baby's breath, because I think that wants to be underlaid. So again, these are wired, so we can move them out, we can split them out so that they fill more space. And this, as I said, is a used one. Yours will actually have more on it. It's just because it's the only one I've got here. I thought I had more. I thought I picked another one up and walked off with it, and then can I find it? No. I can't find it at all. I can't find it. So we can adjust that and bring it wherever we feel is better. And I might even be tempted to take some of these off and bring them. So let's see what this looks like if we take some off, because otherwise it's going to be all up here at the top. I've got that over there. Might, and kind of stick it on instead, because that can pull off. We can kind of stick them facing onto that base, which I think will bring a few of those coming forward then instead. We can turn and twist so that they are facing the front too, because we don't want them all just to be standing to the back, because we're not going to see them. So just turning the wire and bringing that in a little bit, and moving it across and positioning it. Yep, and then I'm just going to put a bit of hot glue gun on here and stick that to one of the bases there. I don't know if that's the right place actually, it should have been a bit higher, but I don't know. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Looking good so far. Right, I'm going to put more wire in for you, because it's definitely the wire. I think it's the wire that we need to hold all this structure together. We're going to finish it off with a bow, but we're going to use the wire to hold the structure together onto here, like so. Your ribbon's going to cover the wire, so don't worry about that. And let's give this a little twist as well. Onto there. And pull that back around. Okay, what do we think so far? Now, I don't want these going up here, I don't think, so I'm going to cut these off. So again, let's just, can you see you've got little lines in these where it's kind of put together. And so I'm going to just wiggle. If you just wiggle, look, it snaps off. They snap off. Can you see what I mean? You've got like the little stem things. Just wiggle at those stem areas and it tends to just snap off for you. So don't worry if you've not got wire cutters and you think, oh, the wire cutters is going to make a difference. Just keep wiggling at those areas. Should have done it actually before I put it in, because I've got a bit more space then to do it on this big one, because it is very big, very thick, this last one. Trust it back on itself and keep going, and it will go eventually. No problem, Julie, we'll see you later. I'm going to get my wire cutters in there because I'm at a really awkward angle. So measure it first and do it. Do you wiggle before you stick in? No, that's done it now. Okay, on it to there. And we've got our little kind of downward bouquet from here. The clematis are beautiful, they really are. Right, now I want to decorate up at this side and down at this side too. So I really want to split the flowers that I've got across. So I'm going to add some of these up here at the top and I'm going to stick those on to there. So these are just literally going to be stuck on. I've got the little ones here and I've got the blossoms. I've probably given you too much blossoms. I was only going to put one blossom in and then I ended up putting another in, and I've probably done too much. Right, so we are going to take some of these and we're going to see, do we even need them? Do we just need these? You know, I always get carried away. I always think you need far more than you do. I'm always greedy and think, oh, I might need this and I might need this and I might need this. And then I don't. If I don't, I might reduce the price down and change it. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of glue and just start bringing some of these onto the foliage and the bits up here at the top. And just put them on. All over. I'm getting low on the glue guns again, and I'm not sure if I can get any more of the glue guns. I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll have one over this side. I don't like to go too symmetrical because I think flowers are never, well, the flowers themselves can be symmetrical, but kind of the way that they grow and arrange aren't always so either. Right, so let's go back over here and add some of these onto this top section. Here, now I'm not sure if we needed something more up here really, but we can just add within these, I think. And kind of, let's come back to that in a second. I want to see if I'm going to bring some of these little ones in too, onto here. It's these little blooms that I actually want to scatter them around. These just move, so we can just adjust them. The eucalyptus, they're all on. Oh, that's a double. I didn't realise that. Let's just see, how do we do this? We can just dot some of these around. I didn't practice this at all. I've just said, right, we're going live and we're playing and seeing what we can do. Oh, look, that's got glue on that flower. I need to take that off. of here. You're going to annoy me, Mr. Glue. Now I don't know whether I might bring, what about just bringing some of the little sprays into it? Yeah, I can do that. So we can cluster those in and we can fix them after with the ribbon as well. So I'm just going to put them between here. Wedge them in this cluster of foliage. And we'll have one going over. Oh, that's the one I pulled the things off. We don't want that one. You can go over here, my friend. Down there. And if we want to hide any glue, we can use any of these stray leaves as well, can't we? Pull this off. We've just had Sunday lunch. Forgotten what a Sunday lunch is like. Proper one anyway. In a long time. A long time. And let's just dot some of these around onto the stems at the top. And then I want to go back down over this side. I've still got my blossoms. I've not brought any blossoms in as yet. I'll come back to that in a minute. I've got these still in the baby's breath to just add a few little flowers in as well. And I think I'd rather use the flowers that are on here. So we can just pull them off, because these little berries we can then use on our paper crafts or something, can't we? And we can just start to add. I'm going to just go through these and add these onto here as well. Just getting a little bit of drizzle coming through of the glue onto the back, but that's fine. Once it's set, I can remove it. These can come off. I've lost view of the live. Let's take me right back to the beginning. I don't know why. Right, I saw it's jumped. It's now come back to my live, thankfully, so I can see what I've got on the screen. I can see the screen now. So I'm just fixing a few of these little flowers, scattering them amongst the foliage, just to fill it out. Look at that one, I've stuck you back to front. Why have I done that? Lolo, what are you doing? Let's just check this off. Hello? We went for a little walk earlier and it was quite nice actually. It wasn't too bad out there. It's going grey, very grey and overcast now though, unfortunately. As you can see, birds or something in garden, just scratching the garden door to get out the kitchen door. I'm just pulling this glue off this flower. I didn't notice that. There, it's come off. What are you doing, Lolo? What are you doing, baby girl? Right, let me look at it. I need to see it properly. Okay, where do we want this one? Maybe over here to the side. Lola. On there, just scattering those flowers around. Right, now then, I've given you all these blossoms. Do we even want them? Do we want a few blossoms in here? Just to fill it out and give us a different flower, let's just put, I think one is enough actually. I put one in originally and then I changed it to two, thinking, well, maybe I need a bit more. But I don't think I do. I think one is fine. Just spin them round. And I'll put one under there. Just so they can be seen through as well. They're really quite pretty, look. Use those for lots of things, can't we? Lots of things. That's going to go here. Across there. You're probably thinking, what is she doing? What's she doing? Wait and see what we end up with. What do we end up with? Just need to trim this a bit. I had another lady message me about squash daffodils. I will show you again today how you fluff them back up, because obviously when they're posted out to you they don't always just bounce back on their own, but you can just heat them with your heat gun and it just opens the flowers up again, and that goes for any of the flowers. The only thing is with the daffodils, they've got like quite fine stamens, so just be sure that you don't heat too close to the stamens because they can shrivel them a bit. But they do just come back to life beautifully. Nice and easy to get back up to life. Now I wonder whether we should put these up here actually. That's a thought. We could have put them in there to thicken that out, couldn't we? Right, let's just snip these from here. We're learning as we're going, folks. I'm going to take these sticky out bits off. We're so used to wreaths, aren't we? Hanging wreaths up, but this is just something different. Something different. So let's take that. And you've got this one here. So I'm going to take off some of these bottom blossoms. Onto here, like that. And let's just, these little spiky bits, put that to there. And let's see if we can fit these in here. Now if I just spin that around, perhaps shouldn't have cut it quite so short, and go into here just to fill in between. I can glue those well, corner. And in here, can just about squeeze them in. Although I want them in front, so let's go that way. I want them in front of my loop. So in hindsight now, you see, I know that if I do another one, I put them in first. Do the tops of them first, just to fill out that top area. And see, I knew there was a reason why I put them in. There. Let's look now, that's it. So that's a bit fuller at that side. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. And I've still got more blossoms. What are you doing down there, flowers? On the phone? Or are you in the bin? If you don't have a heat gun, a hairdryer works fab. Yes, hairdryer is fine. Heat gun or a hairdryer. Whatever you have. Just to blast to them. My flowers are all shoved in a box here, so they do fray a little bit sometimes if they're too crammed in and you kind of pushing them against the other. But just a little trim, and that's the centre from the other one, gets rid of any, they are made from fabric, we've got to bear that in mind. Onto there. Okay, let me just look at this now. That's looking rather lovely. I'm going to spin it because then I can just put a few more flowers, these blossoms that I've got just behind here as well. So just putting glue on the back of them and then using these big beautiful ferns at the back to anchor them on. Just gives them a little bit more detail. It's looking good. I actually can't wait to hang this on my door and see what it looks on the door, so I'll have to do that photograph after for you and post it. I really wanted today to do a purple, ivory and purple wreath as well, so after I've done this I might come off and photograph this one and put this up and then do the other kit and come back on. But I want to do tonight, I want to do a mixed media tag. I've still got the Stamperia Alter Ego papers that I bought to do a live with and never done them. So I was going to use, because they're just really beautiful backgrounds, I was going to use those and do a tag with some resin, shapes and lace and that for this evening. So that'll be around 8 o'clock. Around 8 o'clock. Hopefully you'll join me then. I think that's probably enough. I think I need to get my bow on and see where I go from then. I just want to look at it. In here. Kind of this area. Oh, there's two there, but what do we think? It's looking rather pretty, isn't it? Rather pretty, and I quite like them spiking up because then it's given more movement to it as well with the drip sitting upright, and you've got your beautiful clematis as well. Right, I have given you burlap ribbon, which is going to go around the centre of this. So the burlap's going to go around this here in the middle here. Now I might just do this as a bit of a wrap and then we're going to go back and make a bow. I'm going to do the bow on the bow dabra and attach it. Now we could have put all of this into the bow dabra like we do with the swag, but I decided not to because of the bulk of it. This is a lot of bulk here and I wanted to do it in the loop. I wanted it to work that way. So I'm going to pull out, we don't need all of these on here. This eucalyptus, they can be used actually for something else if need be. And the house was okay, but I just, you know, when I walked into this house, I walked in and I thought, I love it. I can live here. I literally walked in and straight away felt this is my home. I haven't done that yet. Apart from that one that I put an offer on that I've not heard back from, that they pick who they want to live there. I phoned yesterday and left an answer phone message because there is one more that I quite like, but it's really remote and I don't know anybody around there and I just feel a bit anxious about it. There's something just holding me back on it, so I'm not sure it's for me. You know, I'm just not sure that that's where I should be, so I'm kind of hesitant on it. And I can move the business there too, but I need to get like one of those outdoor sheds. There's land and he doesn't seem to mind if I do that, but I looked at the outdoor sheds and they're like 3,000 or 4,000. It's like I haven't got that. I haven't got that to buy that, and then I don't know. I don't know, I'm feeling a bit disheartened with it all at the minute. I don't know where I want to be in the world, and it's just getting me down a bit. Right, we're going to use the bow dabra to do a nice bow to go across the centre of this now. So, bow dabra, the wire with bow dabra, we have it in gold and silver. And you can either do it singly or you can do it with a loop like this. You can do it with a loop, and what you do is you fold it under either edge here. This is your wand, which you put your ribbons down with. This is the wire, and it is a wire. It actually has wire running through it, so it's very strong. You get gold with your bow dabra. You can buy separately the gold and the silver, and we have a lot of different wires that you can buy as well, should you wish. So this, I want you to think, this is the centre of your bow with a bow dabra. That's your centre. I have given you 3 yards of this wired burlap, which I love. Because this is the same on both sides, you don't necessarily have to twist it, but you would normally twist as you're going through with your ribbon, so like that, to get it on the right side again. But it's not really necessary with this because it's the same on either side. So we want to look at the size that we want the actual loop on the bow. So I think about that big is kind of good. I don't want to go too big. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So this is looking by eye, unless you've got one of your glass mats that have measurements on, which actually are kind of good, so they give you that measurement. But I do like the bow dabra and how this works. So I've given you 3 yards of the burlap to work with, so that you can choose how big you want this bow to be. So I'm going to go to there. Now, I don't know if I don't know that we've got quite enough to do another double on there. Not quite, unless I make my tails a bit smaller. I could possibly go like this. And then I would just actually, but then I won't have any to wrap around front, but that's fine. Let's do that. Remember, I've already wrapped some around the actual flowers here, which just covers up all the wire work that I did. So this is quite new. It's quite new what I'm doing today. I haven't done one of these before. It's just I saw something and thought, wasn't this at all, but the concept of it was a hanging decoration for your door, and I thought, I'm going to have a go at doing this my way. A bit different, and let's see. So now we've got a triple bow there. I've also given you 2 of the organza. So let's come down there, 2 yards of this, so we can just bring this across. Now normally on the second or third bow I make them smaller, so you do get to see some of the burlap from behind here. So we're just going to take that across, but still leave it so that we can see what's behind. And that's going to come to there, and then back across here. There we go. So we've got a double in that one, and I'm quite happy with a double. I don't want a triple in that. You can use your wand now and pop that in and press that down. It just kind of holds it down a little bit better for you. So this is your third hand. The bow dabra is your third hand. And we can go back afterwards and titivate and tidy our bow up however we'd like. Then I put you this ribbon in, which is really pretty. We sell this by the roll. It is kind of a hessian with a lace overlay, so I think it is lovely. I just did a bouquet for somebody this week, and I used this to put a bow on it, and it looked really pretty. So now this time the lace is only on one side, so this is where we will twist this, putting it in here. So you're going to twist and then rotate that around so we can see. Can you see the right side? We want the lace on this front side here this time. So we do want that lace out there. So every time you go through the centre, you twist. And that will bring it back round so that your lace is feeding the right way. So again, just a little twist in the centre. This is quite a firm ribbon. Now it might be that you just want to do one bow there. Can you see just one, which is quite pretty because it is a really firm one. You've got enough to do two, so let's have a little look and see what we think. I'm going for quite an opulent bow on here, and that's going to go down to there. So let's just see now. There we go. Let's just pull that back round. I think I want to pull through a little bit more over here. So we've got a nice layer on our bow there, and then I can cut that down. Perfect. So now we're going to bring up this loop. So you're going to bring up your bow dabra wire up here. I should have done a final push down. And I've got the loop, so I'm going to thread these two ways because I've created kind of a slip for me to pull it through, so I don't have to fight with it, and that's going to hold in there for me. There we go, and put that back. So the bow dabras, they are £21.99. We did have them on offer, but the latest delivery they've gone back up in price. I did have them. In some places they're £24.99, but they are now £21.99 on the website. You do have the code live10 to use this weekend, so you're getting 10% off your shopping even on this deal, which is £24.99. You'll get another £2.49 off if you're ordering this weekend. I've left it on so that people can shop. Right, so we've now got a lovely bow there, and take this to the back over here. We can actually, I'm going to wrap it around again. In fact, I'm going to split it like that and wrap that right around and back again, and then I can tie it at the back, and that will hold that in place. You stay over there, my lovely flowers, and just tie here. On to there. There we go. So that's tied at the back of there. Now we've got our bows all lined up there. I'm going to take this wants to be the similar length to that one. So let's cut that across. We're going to dovetail, so we're going to fold those in half, right down the centre of that lace, and you're going to cut from the outside up in a V to give you the little dovetail. The same over this side. Should have brought this roll of ribbon in to give you the cord because it's really pretty. And then we've got the same here. We want to even those up approximately. Right, if I fold that in there. And here. There. And then our sheer too. Let's cut that across. And this one. The sheer comes in lots of different colours. It's a wired edge ribbon, so it's lovely for your bows as well. And over this side. There we go. And then we are going to take this. I want that lace bit, that pretty lace bit there. If I can, just get that lined from the centre, and then we can put that right over the centre of the bow, which I just think makes it look much nicer. It finishes your bow off properly then, you see. Just gives you a nice knot to the centre of your bow, and just make sure you've got a tail at either side there, and we're just going to knot this in the middle. Here, like that. Let's see. Yep, perfect. Just get a ribbon in the right direction. Looking good, looking good. And we'll do a little double knot, and then I'll perhaps put some glue on the back of here as well. So you want to leave a bit of that white ribbon so that you can do this, because, well, any of the ribbon would do, but I think the white looks nice because the white is the last ribbon that we actually used there. So it looks good. Let's get rid of that bulk now. And if we want that to stay, let's just put a little bit of glue over it onto here and let that dry off a second. Let me get rid of my rubbish. All my bits of little rubbish that I've got hanging around now. Let's let it dry off, and then we've got a beautiful big bow there with the different layers showing, or a different organza or white at the front. We can give it a little bit of a tweak and pull our tails where we want them to go. Bring that so that the top is lying at the front. But how pretty is that? Really beautiful bow there that we've created with the layers. So just nice to have the cream, the white, the burlap behind it, so it's given us that whole look. And then I'm going to bring that back down here, and that is going to sit that way, because that's my hanging. That's hanging at the top, and this is going to hang across. I want to, you see the wire here? I've left that wire because we can then either stick or tie this around the centre. So I'm going to just loop this around here. So this is the Bow Debra wire that I left. I didn't cut it off. So it's a really strong, it's wire inside wrapped with a gold lurex thread. So that will just anchor onto there for us. And then, now you might want to, I want to see when I hang this on my door whether I want the ribbons to be as long as they are. I might decide, actually, I want to see the flowers more, not the ribbons. So I might end up trimming them down. But that is the final look. What do we think? It's different, isn't it? It's different from anything else that we've done. And it's going to hang with that we've created the loop, so that's going to hang on the door. So instead of a wreath hanging on the door, we're kind of hanging this whole cascade of beautiful foliage and blooms down the door. I like it. I think it's different. So you can order this in the ivory, which is what I've done here. You can order this in the blue, or the beauty, which is the pink. And I thought I had a beauty here to show you, and I really don't. I don't know why. But it's ivory with pink, with kind of like a fuchsia pink. I will photograph this and put it on here for you. I'm going to bring you back up, and I can show you. Let's have a look what it looks like. There. What do we think? It's so different. So the little section at the top, and then the gorgeous hanging down decoration at the bottom. Are you all fixated on wreaths? Would you all prefer a wreath? I just thought it was something different. Just something different. And once I've hung it on my door, then I'll tweak and I'll put things where I want them to go. I just think it's unusual instead of a hanging wreath. It's kind of like a flat bouquet in a way, isn't it? Like a very flat bouquet, until I've got it laid out and put it up with the little hanging section for the back onto there. And I love that ribbon. That ribbon is just adorable. I need to tweak it out properly on my door. What do we all think? Do we like it? Do we not like it? I don't know. I can't see any comments coming through. It's so beautiful. I can see them at the end of each beautiful wedding flower. So yeah, that would be a nice idea. Didn't see the beginning, but like something different. Thank you, Julie. Make such a change from a wreath, Wendy. I think so too. I just think it's different. It's just a bit different. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know. I just thought, yeah, because it's white, it's quite weddingish, isn't it? White and ivory. That is quite weddingish. But in the pink or the blue, so I've done it so that you can choose it in pink, blue, or the ivory. So pink is the beauty, or the ivory. Now I'm going to end this now because then I can post this onto YouTube, and I'm going to try and put together all the components for a purple and ivory wreath and come back on shortly, and then I'll be with you this evening with the paper crafting set, doing some Stampira and a mixed media tag. I've got to get that ready though as well. So don't go too far because I will be back in probably within the hour, because I've got to choose all my bits, photograph it, load it on the website, have something to eat, and then pop back on. So if you want to order this one, I'll just put the link up again if anybody would like to order this. I've lost my link because I was looking at other, oh there it is. So it's $24.99 for this. You can see the photo for the ivory. If you want the blue, then the blue is done with these. So you will get ivory as well. It's got ivory and blue. So each of them will be with ivory, a mixture of flowers. So ivory, the blue. If you bought the blue wreath, you might want to get hold of that. The pink will have pinks and ivory in. This mini wreath, I have made more sets of this up. We cannot make tons and tons, but this is also on the website. This is BLU124. It's $11.99 for the complete kit to make this wreath. So it's a lilac and blue mini willow wreath. It's on a grey base and it's got the beautiful little crocuses and daisies in. We can't make that many of them because we can't get the little white daisies anymore. So, but we have made some up. We made them up for the craft store, and we've still got some of those available for you. So I pulled that out. That was here at the side of me too. Right, I am going to go. I'm going to call it the end of this live so that I can get ready and come back on and do another one for you. But I think that's really beautiful. I think that's a bit different. I hate to say this, but this also could be a tribute. It could be a tribute if you were attending a funeral. I haven't done it with that intention, but now that I'm just looking at it, it could be for a wedding, it could be for a cemetery, it could be for a tribute, it could be for a church, it could just, that's just going to hang on my door. I think it's beautiful to hang on the door. So that is something a little bit different. If you bought a tribute like that, you'd be talking hundreds of pounds, wouldn't you? At least £100. But this is going to cost you $24.99, and it's really not that difficult to make, as you've just seen. So I don't know how long I've been on for, but I think it's come out beautiful, and I will see you all in an hour or so. See you later. Bye bye.